first time since Neptune moved into Aries on the 30th of March. We are having our first Aries Neptune retrograde. It's a big thing. My name is Jodine Scher. I co-own Lifeology. We are everything consciousness, self-awareness, and people development. My focus and my intention is to support you in any way on your spiritual journey and on your self-awareness journey. Using astrology, numerology, tarot, creating your personality blueprints, and running the Radical Self-Awareness group. In that group, you get updates the whole time that are linked directly to your personality profile, to your numerology. There are supportive tools and guidance that you only get specifically if you are a part of that group. Otherwise, please subscribe, connect with me on YouTube, and make sure that you follow me while I support you in what is absolutely my most important purpose in life, which is really being there for anyone who is taking their self-awareness seriously. So with Neptune having its first retrograde at the moment in Aries, what's going to happen is a retrograde is the illusion that a planet is going backwards, and it really appears to be moving that way in the sky. But what's so important about a retrograde is when any planet retrogrades, particularly the energy that planet is trying to connect into your frequencies with, is calling for you to reflect, to pause, to go inwards, to realign. So with this Neptune in Aries retrograde, especially being the first one, and because Aries is going to be in Neptune until 2038, with this retrograde, we are going to have a moment in time on the 22nd of October when it's going to return to Pisces for a while, and then only next year in January, on the 26th of January, once it is going direct again, will it go direct through Pisces into Aries again and stay in Aries all the way until 2038. What I love about when any kind of planet moves and retrogrades back into the previous zodiac sign that it was in is it gives the opportunity for you to reassess what you have realized about yourself in this new energy, and what you still might need to gather and collect about understanding. And the whole point of all of this astrological profiling and your blueprint is to see the places where you confidently and consciously do certain things, and when you are shifting low self-esteem and unconscious habits and processes. So when this Pisces energy, when we return to this Pisces energy, which is coming up in October, by that time you will have sat long enough in this Neptune Aries retrograde to be able to ask yourself some really important questions based on what Neptune is and how Aries is connecting into that energy. So Neptune is the planet of dreams and visions, and it's really about your spiritual connection. So when it goes retrograde, it's asking you to listen to a real deep part of yourself and to check in with your inner world, to really ask yourself, am I being true to myself on my spiritual quest? Am I being true to the person that I want to become in what I believe to be my truth? What I believe about the soul, what I believe about life, what I believe about the universe. And the reason why it's so important now is because we are flooded with content that's coming from other people, and everybody in their own right has a right to share what they believe. I have a right here and now to share what I believe, how I have studied astrology, what I have made of it, how I have turned the astrological system into a fundamental tool for self awareness, but it's up to you to take all of this information and see at this time when Neptune is in retrograde if this information resonates with you. If what you are taking in and consuming is good for your soul, is good for your mind, is good for your spiritual journey. And Aries, as the archetype of the pioneer, is extremely bold and very confident and is not passive in this approach. So the fire of Aries is asking you to be instinctive and to be courageous and to lead your life, to be able to answer confidently and to be able to say, this is who I choose to be. I am this person because I have taken long enough to understand who I am. So in that retrograde, it's not asking you to just simply reflect. It's really asking you to question, am I living in alignment with the life that I know I am here to create for myself? So for the past 13 years, Neptune has been in Pisces, and there's this intuitive call, and it's really emotional energy, and it on so many levels it helped us to awaken our spirituality. It helped us to so many people to step into the understanding that what we imagine as a new way and a new world, um, and what we imagine to be true, we have the ability to dream and to hold on to our dreams and turn our truth into reality. But it is the place where there can be a lot of illusion and disillusionment and disillusion, right? So what has happened over the last 13 years is that a lot of people's journey into spirituality and especially saying I renounce religion or I renounce what I believe, and then having just gone into another belief that someone else has given them. That can really be what happens with Pisces. And then Aries comes along and says, this is not what you should be doing. You should be assertive enough to decide and sift through a whole lot of information, and most importantly, go inwards and not take outside information and choose what your path and what your belief should be. If you are questioning any kind of direction in your life that actually has to do with business or work or career or leadership, then it's also playing into this absolutely perfectly, because Neptune in Aries is shifting the whole collective dynamic of what success means. So it's really calling for a new way to show up. It is calling for performance to come with compassion, because Neptune is asking you to assess your spiritual values. So Aries has the assertiveness, and Neptune is asking you to check in with yourself and those values to make sure that you are aligned with your soul calling. So it's questions like, does my work reflect what truly matters to me? Does my ambition align with what energizes me? Am I building something that actually feels like me? It's a perfect time to refine your vision, not to rush. This is also the time to be courageous and see that old systems are breaking down, especially in business, in big business. Are there other ways to do this where you can bring your spiritual value system into what you are doing? And on a personal level, it's also really asking you to choose completely unapologetically to be yourself, to let go of old stories and old spiritual narratives, and to ask yourself if what you are doing serves your own personal growth. You could really and truly find that things are, it might during this retrograde feel like you are more detached from your soul or yourself than you wish to be. But that's the very point of this retrograde. The retrograde is asking you to question, when I say I am and when I assert that I am I really believing it? Is it the truth of who I am? Neptune in Aries is a reminder that you need to be true to your spiritual path, but also that it doesn't have to be quiet and it doesn't have to be towing the line. It should be with an assertiveness, with a passion, with an expressiveness that defines who you are. So it's also a really long cycle that we're going to go through, because once we return to Pisces, we are going to then have to check in with the illusion that we might have been telling ourselves for a really long time. And then we'll go back to Neptune being in Aries, where we get to redefine our dreams and our vision and our spiritual choices and our life choices, and then watch ourselves live that out all the way until 2038. So, this is really an opportunity for you to pause and let yourself assess why you have dreamed up the things that you have dreamed up, to then ask yourself whether you are taking the assertive action to turn those dreams into reality. And if you are not taking the assertive action to turn those dreams into reality, it could really be a sign that what you have chosen for yourself is not authentically what you want for you. There could be outside forces of any kind, peer pressure, what's happening on social media, what's happening in the family, what choices and decisions that friends have made. Because the last thing as human beings that we want to feel is isolated. And sometimes when we make choices that no one else is making, but they are true to us, that isolation almost feels like it's not worth it. But this retrograde time is really going to do its very best to align the frequencies and show you that it is worth it, that it is worth it. If you have enjoyed this and if you feel like it resonates with anybody else, then please go ahead and share it. And if you're not following my channel, please do connect with me and follow. And if you want to explore how this energy speaks directly to you, to your career or to your personal life, then I'd love to show you what's in your personality blueprint and create your personality blueprint for you. It's based off your exact time of birth, and we go through a journey of understanding how your unique placements, your design, your traits, your personality is perfectly aligned, not only with this frequency in this cycle of Neptune, but all the frequencies that navigate the entire cosmos and who we are. So I really show you how co-creation works and how you are so perfectly born at the exact moment of time to create an internal blueprint that you have chosen in order to live this absolute best version of yourself. Once again, there is so much more that you get along the way if you are part of the Radical Self-Awareness group. It is a WhatsApp group, and it is not two-way. It is only me sending information, so you don't have a whole lot of other people chatting. You will have in that your personality blueprint, your numerology blueprint, your core soft skills profile, and a whole lot of other tools that I absolutely assist you with. And if you're feeling like you would like more one-on-one, then there's a beautiful place to start with some coaching sessions with me. And I say coaching so loosely because it's a term that just kind of gives the understanding that we will be working together. But of all things, it is guidance and it is support into helping you understand what it means and how to live a life where you are so self-aware that you don't feel stuck, you aren't riddled with anxiety, and you have the capacity to honor the choices and decisions that you make. So please be in touch. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And if there's anything in particular that you would like to talk to me about or you would like me to create content about, I'm absolutely around to do that.